Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And hello everyone. Welcome to my presentation. It is an honor to have the opportunity to present our paper at this conference. My name is Azharudin Ali from University of Indonesia. On behalf of my group members, Dr. Wan Nurhati Wan Ahmad and Associate Professor Dr. Ani Munira, I'm going to present our paper titled "You Think Collecting Poverty Data is Easy?" So there are 5 parts in my presentation, which is I'm going to begin with a research background and ending with research finding. So before I'm talking about the research background, I'm going to share with you these figures, the figure about income classification by household, which is this figure show how Malaysians are categorized into 3 different income group, which is T20, M40, and also B40. Even though income data is one of the key indicator or key data to determine poverty level, however, other indicators such as household expenses, wealth, asset ownership, health and nutrition are crucial information to determine and understand poverty, including absolute and also relative poverty. That's why in planning the suitable program for B40 to elevate their standard of living, the information on wealth possessions such as land, transportation, and saving is vital to ensure the appropriate match of resources, as well as to avoid inefficiency and a waste of scarce resources. In this context, the data collection instrument must be comprehensive, reliable, and accurate to ensure that necessary data is captured. Besides, the accuracy of information related to income and wealth is also vital for government decision making. It's not easy by just simply collecting the data without tracking, become analytic, analyze, verifying, and also cross-check the data. This has led us to this problem statement where generally inaccurate data will distort the effectiveness of the analysis, the purpose, the research, and resulted wrong decision in policy setting and program development to B40 and their second generations. In addition, inaccurate data also may cause the assistance and grant goes to wrong beneficiaries or targeted group. Furthermore, getting accurate information is not an easy task. There are many issues and challenges that need to face by the researcher and also examiners. Therefore, appropriate approach and plan are needed to overcome the issues and challenges in data collections. This drives us to research objective. We intend to investigate the issue and challenges in obtaining accurate, reliable, and quality livelihood and wealth data across B40 household. In doing so, this will be our research methodology, where this study use qualitative and case study research design, where face-to-face and also survey interview are used as our research technique, where the B40 household in Baling become our targeted populations. And this data will go descriptive and also thematic analysis. I'm going to pass my presentation to my colleague in discussing about the finding of the research. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Wan Nurhati, and I'm going to present about our findings on issues and challenges in getting reliable, complete, and quality data on livelihood and wealth of the B40. Right. So issues number one is, of course, the rejections from the respondents to accept us. Okay, because basically, researchers and enumerators are outsiders that come to the place, and then when I try to get sensitive data from them, right? So it's not easy. They might reject us at the first place. It's not, you know, they not don't want to open their door and then welcome you to their house and so on. Or even when they accept you, okay, when we talk about financial data and wealth data, they are all sensitive data. So it's not easy to disclose to anyone, especially if, you know, you don't know them well. Okay. Yes, of course, it's related to the trust issues as well. So beside outsiders, you know, they might, because of the current situations, so they might look at us as like, is this scammers or, you know, or something, right? Okay, right. When we talk about trust, even they close about this information. Sometimes the information is not, you know, accurate or complete. Okay, so there are a few reasons. So among the reasons for that, other than private and confidential issues, it is because, you know, they don't want other people to know, especially on the aids and assistance that they get from the governments or other agencies, because they have this fear that if people knows about it, they're not going to get another assistance or aids, right? Okay, when we talk about wealth, okay, somehow we need to get the evidence on this, such as the grant or some documentations and so on. But of course, you know, many of them are not willing to share, show us, or even, you know, some of them do not even have complete documentations. All right. Another challenge would be the unmatched data, which is somehow when you know, the data that you get from the interview somehow is not matched with your observations. For example, it's like the conditions of their house, maybe not matched with the informations of the data about the income. All right. So, for example, their house might look better than the income or the inflows that they get. All right, so this is maybe because an inheritance and so on. Besides that, we also have to make sure that the data is being need to be verified, okay, before you leave the respondents, because sometimes you can detect the inaccuracy or the incompleteness of the data, because sometimes, for example, inflows and outflows data such as revenue and expenses doesn't match, which you can see that the expenses for the month, the total expenses for the month may be more than the total revenue. So we need to clarify these issues immediately. All right. Other issues is that to get the complete data, of course, right, the questionnaires, the tools, right, the survey questions are quite long and comprehensive. So what happened is that this is going to take a lot of time, all right, and energy. Okay, so what happened is that the time taken would might disrupt the respondents in terms of their daily activities, their works, and so on. So what happened is that researchers need to understand their culture, right? Have to find when is the right timing to go to their house and talk to them to ensure that, you know, the data collections won't give a bad or disrupt their daily activities. Right. Besides that, in terms of understanding, besides of understanding the timing, the culture, and so on, researchers have to come with the right skills, especially in terms of building rapport, trust, and then the language that we use is not just like the oral language, as well as the body language and the gesture. Right. Okay, another issue is that with the COVID-19, of course, the MCO make the data collections takes much longer. And what happens like is during the MCOs, it's like for few months, or even it takes like, you know, more than a year. So what happened is that there are some data changes which data need to be recollected, and then the status of the respondent change. So the number of the respondent might increase because some of the M40 now become B40 because of the COVID-19 and so on. Right. Other than that, last but not least, our challenges is on the data fluctuations, where the data patterns and trends is not the same, for everyone. Some of the income, for example, or expenses, all right, inflows and outflows, some of them calculated daily, some even weekly, and some monthly, or even for the income, some of the income actually gain or earn season, by season. So it's quite hard for us to generalize, okay, and analyze the data, right? So I think those are the challenges and issues that the researchers face for the data collections of livelihood and wealth of B40, right? And with that, I would say thank you.